Hallelujah. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Davis. Yeah,
What's
dude.
up?
I'd like you to meet my co-host, Scott Randolph.
What's going on, Jonathan?
Scott?
Off camera up at the front of the RV, we have Paul Brisske.
What's going on, Jonathan? How are you?
I'm just chilling, man.
Yeah, dude, I'm super psyched that you agreed to do this. It was
Oh, of course, man.
fucking super cool.
Are you in LA right now?
Fuck no, I live in Bakersfield.
Yeah, dude, born and raised.
Yes, sir. I hate LA. Can't take it no more.
Ah, dude.
I got out like 10 years ago. I mean, for some people it's great. It just, for me, I was born and raised here. I like more country stuff. And so I just kick it out here with my pickup truck. And I mean, but Bakersfield isn't really super hick, but I like doing redneck shit. So it's nice out here.
Cool, man. We have a mutual friend in common, Big J Okerson.
Yes, I just talked to him yesterday.
Nice.
Man, I love that guy. We took him out on tour. We did this tour with Jägermeister. It was years back, and he opened for us.
Right. So for the people who don't know who Big J Okerson is, he's a stand-up comedian. Yeah, an absolute master of crowd work. He's just the funniest guy. I performed with him very early in my stand-up career, and I forget if it was like jokes. I think he had a story about opening for Horne. And that, like, the picture he painted of it was that trying to do stand-up comedy for, in an arena for a rock and roll band as an opener is like, it doesn't always work.
It's like you doing stand-up in Montreal at that rock fest.
Yeah. It was all right. But it was the best part of his act was all the hecklers. He would just tear them new asses. It was amazing.
Yeah. How did you guys come up with the idea to get Big J to open for you?
It just came around. I mean, they just asked if we would be down for that. I think it came with the sponsors and all that, and they said, hey, we want to have this guy come out and do comedy. And we're like, okay, I hope he's good. He's ready to get shit thrown at him. But he really did great. It wasn't like that. Every night I'd go out and watch, and my favorite part was when people would talk shit, he would just tear them apart. It was amazing.
Yeah, he's quick with the crowd work.
He's super funny. He's a good guy.
Yeah, dude. So you were talking to him just yesterday, huh? Like you talked to him frequently?
Yeah, we kept in touch over the years. When we play in New York, he comes out to our shows, and I just saw that someone tried just body slammed him off a stage the other night.
Right. Oh my God, dude. I thought that he got knocked over.
It was in Pennsylvania.
Then I saw the footage last night, and dude, it was violent.
Yeah.
It was violent. That was because he was talking shit. Someone was talking shit to him, and he was doing what he does, and then just some guy came up from behind and got him. So I was like, man, you gotta chill, bro. I was like, this is that's crazy.
Did he get hurt?
Coming up on stage. He says he's okay, but man, he took a hard fall off that stage. The guy that was fucked up.
So he just checked him off the stage?
No.
They grabbed his feet.
He just grabbed him and took him off the stage.
Yeah, he was sitting on a stool. The guy grabbed his feet, and the stage was a good 5 feet off the ground. So the guy grabbed his feet, yanks him off the stool, and he comes forward all the way to the ground in front of the stage and lands like flat on his back, which is not healthy.
Jeez.
No.
Jonathan, have you dealt with a lot of unruly crowds yourself?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why I have my boy Sleepy. He's always looking out for me.
There you go.
Nice. Did you ever do the trick? I forget what they call it, but when you instruct the crowd to split into two groups, like down the middle, and then they all run at each other.
That wall of death thing.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Yeah,
that's always been like the black. That's a straight like thrash cool thing. It's cool at metal shows and it's amazing to watch, but I've never had the crowds do that.
Right.
I like watching that shit.
I think the first time I saw that was at Papa Roach. Like,
really?
I forget if I was doing a show with Papa Roach, but I just remember, Jacoby, the singer of Papa Roach, he's like, all right, everybody split up, and then on the count of three, run into each other. And I'm thinking, dude, you can't do that. That's like a lawsuit.
Yeah, that's like Braveheart shit.
That's a real big lawsuit. It's so badass to see it, though. I've watched it at festivals in Europe, those humongous crowds, and you just see them just bam, and you just know someone's getting jacked up.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So you guys just put out a new Horne album last year.
last year.
How long was it before that?
Before that was 2 years, 2 or 3 years. This last record was our 13th record. I mean, we're putting them out all the time.
Wow, dude. People are going crazy over this last one.
Yes, they really liked it. And then it got cut short because all this COVID stuff happening. But we just started to tour it. But it's an amazing record. It was a hard record for me to make, but got through it. I've always used music and my music to how I deal with things. And I got it done. It was good.
It's not to say that they don't like all your albums, but I think that just looking at this new one, there's people are really.
Oh no, this one's some hit, some people get it, and then some people don't. It just you never know. But this one, people really liked.
What was so hard about making this album? Just the experiences that you went through.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, my wife died of an overdose, so I had to go through that, and it was hard. Yeah. And people, addiction and mental health issues, and all these things going on. So I dealt with that. Making that record was hard, but I got through it. I'm good now. Everything's great.
I think
got my boys in it. Good.
I think that your music generally has been pretty candid about various trauma and difficulty in life.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I deal with it. It's not necessarily I walk around being depressed all the time. It's just, that is how I deal with the things that go on in life. And we all have shit going on in our life. It never stops. Earlier records were a lot me dealing with my childhood and stuff. But, as each record goes on, shit happens in life. And that's how I deal with it. So it's always been that. That's some people, go to therapy or church or whatever they want to do, and it's all good. But for me, I got to just get it out with my art.
You feel like once you make the song, like you kind of close that chapter?
Yeah,
for sure. Done.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's we of course looked into like the whatever, did some research.
Yeah, dude.
And dude, I think my favorite thing that we learned about you is working in the coroner's office.
Yes, sir. I did that. I started when I was 17. I did it. It was actually a class in high school. It's called ROP, Regional Occupation Program.
Yeah.
So you go in there, and they had all this. They wanted to do something in the health industry. People went and became, were doing all kinds of stuff, going in the hospital and being assistants and helping do all that stuff. And then the coroner's office came up, and it was like, at that time I've always just been, I don't know, something about dark stuff has always grabbed me. So I'm like, I wonder what it's like to go cut up dead bodies. So I went up, I did 3 interviews to get in. They had to do a psych background, everything. And I finally got in. And I started doing autopsies at 17. So I did that 17, 18. And then I went to Frisco and went to the San Francisco College of Mortuary Science and became a mortician. Came back here, was an embalmer. And then at night, I would go to the coroner's office, and I was studying to be an investigator. So I didn't have to get my hands dirty per se doing autopsy. I'd just be an investigator and go investigate, deaths. And then I got the call. Hey, we come try out for porn, and that was it. That was
amazing.
Out. Dude, that's so cool. Yeah. My first cousin on my mom's side is the same story right there. Like he was a super goth, like trench coat kid, and right. And straight up became he went to mortician school. I had a joke in my stand-up that when I was going to clown college, my cousin was going to mortician school. And our mothers were getting hammered, debating whose son was a bigger loser.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I think that both my cousin is still a funeral director. He loves it. Like something about death just kind of turns him on. I mean, I remember getting a call from him one time, and he's like, dude, the warning on the soda machine. Like, it says don't tip the machine, like it's got a little stick figure of the machine falling on someone. He goes, I got one.
Oh my God, dude.
He was so excited
that's how that person died.
That person died that way.
That person died like that.
What's the most interesting cause of death you came across?
Death by typewriter.
Wow. Really? How does one die by typewriter?
Remember the old school? If you guys are old enough, you know how they had the old steel desk with the typewriter. You pop that thing up. Someone went under and reached under, and it was those old big ass heavy typewriters that are right there on their head. Just concussion and some bleeding internally, and done.
Death by typewriter. Jeez.
So when you cut up a body, do you, like, how does that work? Do you cut up like the fingers, like you're a mobster, or do you like gut them and take the organs out? And
well, no, you start with like there's like a
Y incision.
A Y incision. That's what it is. Yeah.
And is it true that like dead bodies, like dudes get boners sometimes after they're dead? Or is that, did I just make that up?
That's
I don't know.
That's just wishful thinking.
That's you getting a boner, dude.
Yeah, I don't know where that came. I just blacked out. I don't know what happened.
I remember my cousin also said there was some movie, forget if it was like but it was like a football movie or something, and in the movie the football players were like laying down in the middle of traffic.
Oh, the program.
Yeah, okay, so and all the cars, so that became like a popular thing for people to do at the time, like lay down in the road.
Yeah.
And my cousin was just fucking stoked about it because he was like, I get to go scrape people off the road.
The guy that we met in Toronto for dinner? He's so nice. Like,
I know. He's totally a nice guy. And I mean, it's just crazy. So there's speculation that the name corn has something to do with coroner. Like that it came from.
So the two things I saw was that it was the coroner in Kern County, or it was Children of the Corn.
Nope.
No, none of that.
It's fucking horrible, this story.
All right. Well, now we're
I'll just do it real short. Me and some of my friends in Baker from back in the day were at this party, and there was two gay guys talking about how they loved felching each other.
Okay.
And the one dude was talking that he was felching his lover, and the guy shit all over his face. He had a corn kernel on his tongue.
Okay, got it.
So that's how it came about. So people that knew the story, they were there, we just go, corn. And be like, shut up, dude. Be, oh, goddamn. No.
That's funny.
And that's how the name came about. But nobody in the band, when I joined the band, knew about the story. I'm like, I told them this story. I'm like, and they're like, oh, but it's such a cool name. Let's just do it. It was like, we named it Corn. And then our manager, Larry, was like, hell no, you cannot name your band Corn. But no, it's absolutely not. I go, then we'll name it Larry. And he's like, I mean, the whole thinking behind it was like, it doesn't matter what you're called. It was like a punk rock thing. It's like, fuck, we're called Corn. Who cares? It isn't. I don't need any mysterious, weird fucking name. We made it like that. Right. It was cool because Philly's like, dude, you got to write it with a backwards R like a little kid would write it. So I grabbed the crayon and I did it with my left hand, and that became the fucking, it was done in 2 seconds, and that's become that iconic logo.
Wow.
And it just, that's how it all came together, was that.
Huh.
Nice.
So, yeah, because, I mean, I've been asked when I was young, was, oh, yeah, it's dark and mysterious. But I was like, fucking Corn's the dumbest name I've heard for a fucking band. But that's cool. That's the charm of it. It's like, we didn't care. I loved that energy when we were young. We didn't give a fuck about nothing. Even the labels would tell us what to do. We're just like, fuck you. I remember we did a photo shoot for Spin Magazine. And the reason we made that cover, they put us in gorilla suits because when we got there, they wanted us to do some stupid shit like we were moshing in a mosh pit. And we're like, absolutely fucking not. We're not doing this. And it got to the point where we almost got in a fist fight with Spin Magazine, with the people there, the photographers. It almost broke into a full-on melee there. And we're like, fuck you. We walked out. And so they put us as gorillas. They superimposed our heads and put us on gorilla suits. And it was pretty funny. But we always would get into trouble like that. Always.
What year would that have been?
Like 98, 97, 98. Uh-huh.
So you guys,
it was good times. We did what we wanted, and we didn't care who we pissed off or anything. It was amazing.
Yeah, dude. So you guys formed in 93.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's 27 years ago.
Yeah. And we're still doing it.
And it's all the same guys?
Yeah. We got our drummer, the original drummer left 11, 12 years ago, so we got Ray. But he's been with us that long. He's been in the band longer than David was, so it's been the same. And our guitar player had left for 8 years, and then he came back, so he's good. He had to get his life together, and it's been amazing.
That's rad. So you hear about, like, bands, like say for example Motley Crue. You know, the kind of the story is they don't get along with each other. The only time they're ever all together is when they're actually performing on stage. They each have their own separate tour buses. Like, I guess that it's pretty common whenever there's a great deal of success and a lot of money gets involved that like things go sideways. Like, did you guys ever have?
Well, not really. We all got along pretty well. I mean, we'd fight. There was incidents where we would get in fights, but that's just like, we're brothers.
Sure.
You hang out with family, shit happens. But we've been very lucky that we all really we love each other. It's all good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, when we got downtime, not hanging out with nobody. It's like, I hang out with you more than my own fucking family. I'll see you guys when we go on tour. And then I go home and do that. But we pretty much all get along really good. So it's been definitely a blessing.
That rules, man. That super rules.
I've seen them tour with bands like that. They got to take one guy out and this guy can't run this guy and all this. Like, fuck, but they got to do it for the greater good because they all got to eat, you know? So
Right.
It's just how it goes. That would be miserable. I wouldn't want to be in that kind of situation.
I know.
It just takes all the fun out of it.
Yeah, you don't seem like the kind of guy that, that operates that way. You seem pretty laid back.
Yeah, way laid back.
I feel like when I got sober, I've been sober for 12 years now, and
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I feel like there was, like, when meth would come up, I feel like around meth, and someone was like, oh yeah, like Jonathan Davis like had a real meth problem, and
I did.
Sometimes things come out of my mouth like that question, and I think, why did I say that? Happens a lot. Like, why would I say this? I have a favorite sponsor of this show, and it's a favorite by far. It's called HelloTushy.com. They make bidets. What's that? It's a device that cleans your butthole. And I'm so excited to have a HelloTushy.com device in the main bathroom downstairs. So yes, now Lux and I can both be pooping at the same time and both blast our assholes to perfect cleanliness, because that's how it works, right? You get done taking a big old sloppy dump, you're still sitting on the pot, you twist this little knob right here and blast! Yeah, like a pressure cleaner, cleaning off all of the poop, and then you grab some toilet paper just to dry it off, and for the satisfaction of knowing that there was no poop on the toilet paper. Yeah, that's why it's my favorite. And I do not ever want to take a poop anywhere but inside my own house, because I love HelloTushy.com that much, and I'm so sure you're going to love it that much too. That here's the deal. Go to HelloTushy.com/Stevo and you get 10% off your order. Again, that's 10% off your order if you go to HelloTushy.com/Stevo. And God, you and your butthole are going to thank me for it. Now, let's talk about meth.
Yeah, tomorrow's my 22nd fucking year. 22
Nice,
years.
dude.
Fuck, dude.
It's insane. But yeah, I used to do hot rails like.
What are hot rails?
Is that where you light up the glass and then you snort it?
Yeah. But that's just pre-glass. It was hot because it was like peanut butter, nasty fucking jet fuel crank. You know what I'm talking about. Then they started cooking it with fucking ethanol or some shit, and then the glass came around. And I got out right when glass started kicking, because you could do that and you would be up for 3 days off one line. That crazy shit. But it makes me sick just thinking about that shit.
Oh, dude, when I think about drugs, I get like, I just fucking love drugs, man. Like, I can't do them.
I love that drug right there. Just when you did it, the initial fucking burn and all that shit and that nasty shit that would leak out your body, that's what makes me sick. But I ain't gonna lie, I loved it. You feel like you're fucking Superman.
Yeah,
you
for
fucking
sure.
do anything. Yeah, it was amazing. I loved drink. I loved partying. I loved all that shit. But
did that all start before corn was blowing up, or was that something that came with success?
No, it started before corn blew up.
Oh, so you were embalming bodies doing meth?
Tuesday night in Bakersfield.
Fuck no. I started doing meth when I moved to Huntington Beach, and there's a lot of meth there from Bakersfield, and I got hooked up with someone that was giving me tons of it there. So Like on the first album, we have a title called Helmet in the Bush. It's about meth. That's what happens. So I started doing meth then. That was the first record. And then I got sober right after we did the third record. But I stopped meth when we started touring because I couldn't function. There's no way I could be up for 2 days and tour and keep it together. And I had to stop. So the day we took off on tour, our first tour with House of Pain and Biohazard, we got in our trailer and we built bunks and I just went in that bunk and I slept for 5 fucking days, got up and played a show. And that's when I kicked it.
Wow.
Rad, man.
First time.
So you never toured while you're doing meth? Like,
No, it was impossible. I couldn't do meth and fucking tour. It wouldn't work. So I started drinking and then I became a raging alcoholic and cocaine occasionally when I could find it. But yeah, they go hand in hand.
Sure. So when you were doing meth or you know, even with cocaine, did you have like cool psychosis where you were hearing voices and hallucinating and stuff?
I was always smart enough to know when to put it down. When I start getting paranoid or weird, I'd go to bed. But I saw a lot of people do that shit. One of my meth dealers, I went to his house and he had holes all on the walls where he was saying, there's cameras in the walls, man. And I'd start talking to people like they're following me in helicopters and I could see the agents in the bushes. It's like, oh my God, you need to go to sleep. I never got the weird, crazy psychosis, but I met a lot of people that did, and that was when it gets scary.
Oh yeah, I loved psychosis, man. I just,
that was the goal for Steve. Yeah,
yeah, that was like I like
he was just a topper.
Yeah, I just had that was why I wanted, you know, and that's why when I think back on drugs and like, that's what I miss. I miss watching the people walk around, you know, my apartment who weren't actually there. This fucking show is awesome. So here's an interesting thing. I think, you know, being a couple guys who have been at it for a considerable amount of time, I noticed that now, you know, I'm in the back end of my 40s over here. Like, right? Jackass came out just about 20 years ago now. And
it's been that long?
It was October 2000 when it first came out. And right. You know, not necessarily, I'm not interacting with as many people now, but over, like, say, the last few years, it strikes me how, like, little kids will be excited to see me, you know, like, I'm just like, I feel like Matthew McConaughey in Dazed and Confused, you know? I get older, they just stay the same age.
Same age.
Right, do you find that?
I told my kids I was doing this with you, and they're like, that's rad, Steve. I go, wow, how the fuck? Yeah, the kids get younger.
Yeah.
And they stay the same age. And the corn shows, people would think there's a lot of older people because we were an older band, but there's just there's still kids there.
Right.
What freaked me out is the fans that were coming to our shows in the 90s and shit now have kids, and those kids are coming to the shows. So it's kind of a crazy, it's weird. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So you have the same experience, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
it's cool, man. You always want kids around. They know what
they
sure.
They know got the youth.
Yeah,
you got the youth. You're doing something right.
How old are your kids?
I have a 24-year-old, 24, 13, and 15.
Okay, all boys. Cool, man. I think maybe because I've become pretty active on YouTube. I think that got me in with a lot of kids.
Yeah. They know. They watch the old Jackass stuff, and then they watch. They know watch everything.
Super.
It's hard to keep up with those little fuckers.
Super rad. So, what like the big festivals? What was there? We saw something there with the Download Festival, and you were going over in England to play the Download Festival, and then you had like some crazy like medical condition where you were bleeding.
The platelets or low platelets.
That was called ITP. I got that shit from taking an antibiotic called Caflex. That shit, at the time, they're like, no, it's not Caflex. But if you go on their website now, you'll see it on the fine print. May, in rare cases, cause IDP. So I took this stuff a doctor gave me, and I was on the antibiotic. And all of a sudden, I went to Europe to go on tour and started seeing bruises pop up on my body. I'm like, what the fuck? And so I'm whatever. Okay, I got bruises. I go crazy on stage. Fine. Next thing I know, I think it was a show in Germany, and I go to the bathroom, and I start pouring blood out of my ass. It's like, pouring out of my ass. So I'm like, holy fuck. So of course I'm like, nothing's wrong with me. I go play a show. I go back after that, pouring blood. I call a doctor. I'm like, what the flying fuck is going on? They're like, why don't you go to the doctor, get on this boat. We were going from Germany to London. So I got on a boat. I slept. I went on the boat. I got there, went to the doctor, and he started examining me. And he's like, oh, this was fucking horrible, bro. He put a speculum in my ass, bro.
Okay.
And like, I'm like, this is going to be uncomfortable. I'm sorry, but I got to do this. So he sticks his speculum in my ass, and he looks up in there and goes, yep, you're bleeding. And I'm like, motherfucker, I could have told you that.
Yeah, just ask next time.
The speculum's like the duckbill kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Where you put it in so you can.
Yes. I'm like, man, what the fuck? I'm a fucking European. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And you
Anyway,
got
he takes the blood test. He makes me go back to the hotel. He goes, I'll call you, let you know what's going on. And he calls me a little later. He goes, go directly to the hospital. Don't bump anything. Get there now. So I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm like, what? He said, your platelet count's 5. You have no platelets. And those are basically what keep your blood in your veins. They're basically what your blood is. So I go there. They take tests. My platelet count's 5. They're all tripping out. They give me a bone marrow test, which was hell. And then they put me on steroids.
How does a bone marrow test work?
They nail a fucking spike into your hip and suck the bone marrow out.
Wow.
That was horrible. But anyways, they put me on this. They said, you have this thing called ITP, your immune system's killing your platelets. I'm like, oh, this is great. So they get my platelet count up to over 100. I was there in the hospital for 3 or 4 days, and then I fly back home. And it took a year for it to normalize, but every so often my platelet count would go up. It would be good. It would be good. It would be good. And then once I got off the medicine, it normalized. So I don't have it anymore. But it was scary because I could have bled out.
Jeez.
Thing in my head and doing those shows, I could have fucking stroked out so easily.
What's a normal platelet count?
Anywhere above 100 and what is it? 180 and above, to 180 to like 400. Depends.
The thing
5
we
is
saw,
not good.
Yeah, way more than 5.
Yeah.
the thing we saw said that you were bleeding out of your gums. Like your gums were just pouring blood.
My gums would bleed. Anything. If I pinched myself like this, just a little pinch, a bruise would come up. They help line the walls of your veins, I guess they told me, and you just bleed. It's crazy. So I was just like taking it easy and letting the medicine work, and it worked good. And it took me a year to get back to normal, but
did you have to cancel a bunch of dates?
What?
Did you have to cancel a bunch of dates?
Yeah, we had to cancel the tour. I had to fly back and find out what was going on. And yeah, that was scary. But it got better and better as time went on, and I won't ever take that stuff again.
And that happened when you were on your way to London to play the Download Festival.
Yes, and so, and then I told the guys, I'm like, you got to go play this. Just get the fucking singers there to mouth through the words and at least try, because in Europe, if you don't show up, they get pissed.
Yeah.
It's just how they're. I'm dying in the fucking hospital. They don't give a fuck. So like, a bunch of singers, all the bands were there. They all pitched in, and I think they did a 6-song set and got through it, and then bounced home.
That's cool.
I was there for 3 or 4 days, and then I got to go home, and I recovered pretty quickly and was back on tour within 6-7 months.
Yeah, nice. The Download Festival is big, man. Do you know who the headliner was? Watch, it was Korn.
I think it
Korn,
was.
asshole.
Yeah. it was us or someone at that time. Yeah, I think it was.
Now,
I remember.
I went to the Download Festival one time to perform, and I mean, of course, it's like the biggest fucking stadium show you could possibly imagine, you know, like. But then they had like a side tent, which is kind of like the B stage, and in the side tent, there was like standing room only and 5,000 people. So the side tent was no joke either. I did a stunt set on the fucking side tent, and I had this crazy manager at the time, and he fucking says someone gave us like hundreds of crates of eggs, just like fucking there was like thousands of eggs, and he's like, I'm like, we want to say, I don't know, like I don't know where they came from or what, but we came up with this fucking stupid idea, right? That when I finished my set, I said to the whole fucking 5,000 people in the tent, I go, all right, we're gonna give out these fucking crates of eggs to the whole audience, all of you. And whoever the next band is that comes out on stage, just fucking let them have it. Like,
Oh my God.
and we didn't even know who the next band was. And I can just imagine how offended you are by this story. I mean, it was a fucking terrible, offensive fucking idea. We just did it. So,
But when life gives you lemons.
so the next band that came out was they were called the Electric Six, right? And they would wear these fucking suits. They were wearing like suit and tie kind of deal, you know? And they come out, sure enough, they walk out, and it's just a hailstorm of fucking eggs coming through the crowd. They're just playing, like, to their credit, they're going ahead and playing, getting pelted, they're slipping around on the stage, it's all eggs, and like. And then the band after the Electric Six was Pennywise. Can you imagine how dead we would have been if fucking we got Pennywise eggs?
Yeah.
Those guys,
I mean, dude.
they don't mess around. You would get fucked up. I played with them before. Back in the day before his son, no one knew what to do with this. So we used to do gigs with Pennywise.
Yeah, you don't fuck with them.
You don't fuck with them, no.
And so I had this, so now and it was like there was like all this trailers in the back. It was like the artist area, and I was sitting there after the show with this chick who I was right, and this guy from the Electric Six comes up, and he's like, "What the fuck was that? What'd you do?" And he fucking like throws his beer on me, but he doesn't really get it on me. He gets the beer on the chick I'm sitting next to, and I'm like, "You fucking asshole! You just attacked a girl, dude!" Like, so I go tell Chris Pontius, my jackass buddy Chris Pontius, I'm like, "Dude, this fucking guy just threw beer on my girl," and Pontius looks at me like all dead serious. He goes, "You're not lying, are you, right? Are you telling me the truth?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah." And he goes, "All right, that's it." He changes into a wrestling singlet and goes over to the Electric Six trailer and to fucking fight. Oh, he says, "I want to fight all six of you." Meanwhile, there's not six of them. They're just called the Electric Six. I want to fight all six. And this guy like opens up a little blind to like look out who's out there. And right when he opens up the blind, Pontius fucking punches through the glass trying to punch the guy. He's all fucking bleeding everywhere.
Wow.
They're fucking like, it was dude.
What year was this?
Dude, that would have been definitely 2004 or 2003. Either
Wow,
2000.
your ride or die, dude.
Yeah, actually it was 2004. It was spring of 2004.
Pontius?
Or summer of 2004. Anyway, dude, I don't bring on fucking huge talent like Jonathan Davis for me to talk the whole fucking time. But that was...
I'm sure he's got stories like that.
Yeah, what are the crazier crowds you've ever seen?
Paul's been wanting to ask you about Woodstock.
Yeah, you're at Woodstock 99, which I know was kind of like infamously sort of a shit show, no?
Not our day.
Okay.
Our day was amazing. We went on, and it was an amazing show. The first show was it's one of the highlights of my whole career. I'd never seen that many people, and everybody was having a good time, and there was no bullshit going on that night. It just got progressively worse because the situation out there, water was $10. The outhouses were overfilling and shit. Piss was everywhere. It got really, really bad out there. So I understand why everybody got pissed and started rioting. It wasn't a good setup. But for our night was amazing. I remember flying over there. We all rented a jet. We got this big, 737. It was us, Biscuit, and Ice Cube. And we all got on this plane, and we all rolled all to Woodstock. That was fun. The party on that thing was ridiculous. There was like the crew and everybody in the back. And there was this midsection, which Cube had, and we were all playing craps in there. And it was all gangsters there. And then there was the front section, which was my section because I like it cool and just chill. So I'd walk back there, play some craps, and then walk up to the front where I could just relax. And there was no craziness going on. But, I mean, that show was, man, it was nuts. There's so many people, and I'll never forget that show. I won't.
And you were like a year sober then, right?
Yeah, and I'd been, I think a year, I was a year sober. And I didn't know I was going through DTs. I was still going through.
Just fucking playing Woodstock.
I kicked it cold turkey. I mean, I stopped. I'd shake and have anxiety attacks and all kinds of crazy shit in my bunk. That whole process, I didn't know that you go through this stuff. So I thought I was just going crazy. But I got in there and I did it. And I went back and I couldn't even move because we'd been in the studio working on a record. We even played songs at that show that had no lyrics. I was freestyling, just mumbling some of the songs. It was great. But after that, I went back and they had to carry me back in the dressing room, and I was dying. I was in pain. I hadn't moved like that in years, and it was rad. Then the next day we got on a plane, went home. It was a good time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
I'm the guys are gonna make fun of me, but like I've been obsessed with like near-death experiences for a long time.
Right.
And I read that when you were 5 years old, you had an asthma attack and you actually died. Did you?
I got close to it.
You got close to it. You didn't go to the other side. You didn't. There's no experience.
No. But that's happened to me a lot. I've had a lot of near-death experiences. I wasn't out there. It was just like because I had asthma so bad, they'd sit me and they'd just tell my parents, if we get him through the night, he has a chance. A lot of stuff like that. I grew up in fucking tents. They would stick you in a tent over your bed and you'd lay there, and they gave you this fucking horrible drug called Quibron, which is like cocaine and alcohol.
I wanted that drug when I was a kid.
How old were you when you got that?
I had horrible asthma started when I was 3 years old. So it was around being 4, 5, 6 years old. That was like the old drug they gave you. And the only thing to open up your airways is like epinephrine and stuff like that. So it was drugs like that would help me breathe. And yeah, man, that time sucked. I remember I'd have to get blood gases. You know that little thing they put on your finger when you go in?
Yeah.
To check how much oxygen you have in your blood? Well, back in the 70s, they didn't have that shit. So what they do, and I was a little kid, they'd stick a needle in your fucking leg right next to your nuts and pull blood from your femoral artery so they could tell how much oxygen was in your blood.
Oh,
so that
shit.
was traumatic. Now when they do them in your wrists when you're older, but it was fucked. That's a bad time. I was sick a lot then.
So did the asthma somehow go away? Because I'm picturing you going crazy on stage, like having trouble breathing would be.
Yeah, I mean, I grew out of it. I still have it. I'm on meds for it still. But it's not like it was. I can breathe. It's fine. And I have a big oxygen tank on stage. I hit all the time. That gets me going. I get high off oxygen. It's really cool.
That's good. So like,
you wanted to travel around with oxygen.
Oh, I would say, well, yeah, this coronavirus is such a, like, it's a crazy thing. You got to wear the masks, and I feel like the masks, it's like so uncomfortable with the. So I was asking my buddy Dr. Drew, what if I get like one of those oxygen tanks where you see people wheeling it around with them, and just do that so that I can have that mask on.
Yeah.
And he said it's bad to have pure oxygen all the time, all day.
Yeah, you can't have that. That'll fuck you up. But I do it for, what is it? For the hour and a half we play, I'm pounding. I'll go through a whole tank.
Rad.
And I use the kind that it's pressurized, so it's big, huge hits of oxygen.
I want some.
Yeah,
it's
wow.
Good.
So
it's good.
Did you ever smoke? Like,
when I started smoking when I was in high school. Then I quit, and then when I got in the corn, I smoked for a while. Then I quit again for 11 years, and then I smoked again for 3 or 4 years, and I haven't smoked for 5 or 6 years now.
Man,
it's been on and off.
Fuck cigarettes, man.
Yeah, they're horrible. I hate it. I just doing it because I was bored. I wanted to do something. I can't drink. I can't do anything, so I'm gonna smoke. But yeah. No.
So do you have a tour? I mean, you can't tour, and you got a new album. You know what?
I'm sitting here watching paint. I'm not doing anything.
You're watching paint dry. Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
2021. Do you guys have dates in mind? Or
yeah, we've got dates lined up. We're gonna do the festival run in Europe, if that can happen, and then we'll probably do a summer tour. We're just switching our dates this year to next year. Hopefully that'll happen. I'm hoping and praying that happens. If not, we'll just figure out what we're gonna do. But right now we're just sitting and hanging out. I'm making the best of it. I'm hanging out with my kids, playing a lot of video games and doing things that I don't usually get to do because I'm always gone. So that has helped a lot to be able to hang out with my boys because I'm never home. It sucks. So that's been fun. And I'm just doing stuff like this.
Oh, dude, I love it, man. We appreciate it so much.
It's all good.
What, I think of it, like, I was a big Motley Crue fan, growing up.
Me too.
I had this crazy story where, they came to my town and I called every hotel in the Yellow Pages asking for a room by the name of their manager. And I got through to manager's brother. He picked up the phone in the room and he gave me backstage passes. So I met them on Girls tour in 1987. Backstage, got my picture with them. I'm just a little kid, and it was a really big, a big empowering moment for me where I was like, dude, I made this happen. I can do anything, and looking at Motley Crue over the years, I've seen they did tours with Aerosmith, and that was a big deal. I've seen them pictures with all the Rolling Stones. I don't know if they ever did a show with the Rolling Stones, but did you ever get to perform with just people that you were just starstruck? You're like, oh my god, I can't believe I just did a fucking show with Mick Jagger or something like that.
I did a show when we did the Unplugged on MTV. We did that Unplugged thing. I got to play with The Cure. So we did a mashup of In Between Days and Make Me Bad, and that was one of those moments for me.
Yeah.
To hang out with all of them. One time I was in London, I was hanging out at a bar, and I look over, and it's Simon Le Bon from Duran Duran, and that was another band I idolized.
Sure. We saw something.
I went up to him, and I introduced myself, and we ended up hanging out all night. He went to one of my shows. When I came back, that was one of those moments. A lot hanging out with Ozzy.
Yeah.
Wow.
That still trips me out to this day that I sit and talk to Ozzy and check on him all the time. I mean, just heroes, man. Jimmy Page. I need my kid Zeppelin. He signed something for him.
Yeah, that's epic.
There's been a ton of those experiences. I love being able to meet my heroes, and when they're really cool, it just even makes it better.
For sure. We saw something that said that your first musical inspiration was Andrew Lloyd Webber's
Superstar.
Yeah, and your favorite band, Duran Duran.
Yeah, they're my favorite band.
Dude.
I'm all over the place, bro. But I was like a neuromantic kid. That's that in the 80s. That was my thing. And
dude, no excuses for that. I think that broad musical interests are important.
I think that even played well into Korn. I was listening to your new album. You go into some of these very melodic, lyrical moments that you can kind of hear that influence.
Oh, totally, man. I love that shit. That's me. It just worked because I didn't listen to metal music until the album that turned me on to metal was Vulgar Display of Power by Pantera, and I was like, what is this? Me, back when I was a teenager, I listened to freestyle, New York freestyle music, like Stevie B and Noel and stuff like that. Now it's roller skate music, but I love that scene, and I was in the total DJ scene. I was like neuromantic, and then I went into that disco stuff, and then I got into industrial music, but I never really listened to it. And then I got turned on Pantera, then I started listening to more stuff. Then I got in Korn right after that, so I had no idea what the fuck I was doing at all.
Dude, that's the ticket.
And that was the ticket.
How long did it take you to learn the bagpipes?
Yes.
I always thought that'd be pretty cool to learn how to do those.
It took me a year. You got to start on this thing called a practice chanter, and you start learning the songs on a practice chanter. It looks like a fucking really fancy flutophone. And then you start on the bagpipes, and you start with just the chanter, which makes the melody, and you plug up the drones, and you learn to do that and keep the air. You got to learn circular breathe. Not circular breathe. There's a valve on it, so you just got to learn how to keep the pressure correctly. And then you move up, you get one drone, and then two drones, and three. You work your way up, but it's a hard instrument to learn, man.
Wow.
It's one constant tone, so you got to use grace notes to articulate the music. And it's a bitch.
At the next Korn show, you should separate the crowd, play the bagpipes, and just have them fucking run after each other.
I'm gonna do that for you, bro.
No, please don't. Yeah, please don't do that. Let me ask you, what are we promoting? We want everyone to buy your album
right
that
now,
came out last year.
The album, The Nothing, and we just did a cover of Charlie Daniels' Devil Went Down to Georgia, which is on Bandcamp, and we're donating all the proceeds to this wonderful school called Awaken Youth, which takes in kids that have lost a parent and are going through a hard time. They take them in, teach them, social school, everything. They're just an amazing, amazing organization. My guitar player had sent his daughter there, and she is a totally, completely different person. And she's working there now and doing amazing things. And it was just near and dear to my heart that we would help her, because there are a lot of kids that can't afford stuff like that, need it. So they can get the money will go towards giving those kids scholarships and helping the school out. So that's what we wanted to do.
And the platform to get that song is called
it's on Bandcamp. It's on Bandcamp.
Okay,
just look at Corn Bandcamp, and you can just donate whatever you can, and let's get that school some money so they can help some kids. The big thing for me is helping kids, and I love doing that.
Right on, man. I'm glad I asked you that.
Yeah, super rad. You're a huge fan of David Lynch.
Oh, yeah.
Do you by chance do transcendental meditation?
Oh,
no, because we went to the. I learned it at the David Lynch Foundation, so I was just curious if you meditated.
He's a big practitioner.
No, I just love it. I love his movies. One of my favorite movies was Dune, and I know it makes me a sci-fi nerd, and I love. All his movies are amazing. So,
Wild at Heart was my David Lynch movie.
Oh, that's such a good one.
It's a fucking dope ass movie.
Such a dope ass movie. All his movies are just in there. You just don't know what the hell is going on, but I like that. I really love his movies. So yeah, I'm a big Lynch fan.
Hell yeah, man. Well, dude, I just can't thank you enough for doing this, dude. I'm going to tell everybody again right now to get your ass on over to Bandcamp and help some kids by purchasing Devil Went Down to Georgia by Korn.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Is he not the coolest dude ever? I mean, shit, if that podcast didn't put you in a great mood, then you're just a crappy person, okay? I happen to be in a fantastic mood. So, for the people watching on YouTube, I'm going to show you something right now. I need to film it anyway. It's these new scars that I have on my legs, right? Because this project we were filming for, I'll tell you, it's the bucket list. I went sprinting, running, the moment that I had anesthesia injected into my spinal cavity, which rendered the lower half of my body completely paralyzed. And after I collapsed while sprinting, and I laid there paralyzed, they shot paintballs point blank. It was like shooting a fucking corpse, man. And it didn't look like anything at the time, but clearly paintballs are no joke. We smeared tattoo ink over the wounds, but nothing really took. Got a little bit of ink in there on one, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Largely no ink. So we're just picking up this shot so that we have it. Does it all look good?
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right, great. Well, Street Team, you know what to do. I love you guys, and thank you. Please let Jonathan Davis know how much I love him and how much you enjoyed this podcast. Thanks, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wild Ride podcast with me, Scott Randolph, and a special surprise coming up. So, we've done a podcast with no guest once before. It would have been great had we not gotten dinged with an age restriction for me having a profanity-filled rant. Turns out you can only say the F word so many times in the space of like
15 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, and when I was going off about the death penalty, I managed to say the F word like
7 times in 15 seconds.
At least. But in any case, we're at it again, and we're in Australia.
Are you going to talk about that?
Oh, the BAM
Because that's going to be a little bit longer, maybe.
Like the BAM situation, I wrote it down to talk about. Dude.
Well, because
I posted this comment on BAM's Instagram because I was just like I had just had him on tour with me for 10 days. We did 9 shows together. He was really pretty great the whole time.
He's funny. He's fun. He was a good guest.
Right. And the whole time he was telling me like, dude, will you reach out to Nikki, his wife, his baby mama? Will you reach out to Nikki and see if I can spend the day with Phoenix? You know, I want to see Phoenix because where our last show of that run happened to be Santa Rosa, California, which is super close to where Nikki was and his son was. So like it was like this whole leg of the tour, 10 days, 9 shows just culminated. It was just a big journey to his son. And sure enough, on that last day, Bam was reunited with his son. You know, we all spent the day together. It was a great day. We did the last show that night, and it was a big deal because Bam had been practicing, opening the show with me and working up to going out on stage by himself. And he did that. He went out stage. It was like kind of triumphant. Not only did he go out on stage by himself, but he brought his 5-year-old boy with him on stage. And it was just this like heartwarming, wonderful thing. And then at the show, kind of backstage after the show, it was determined that Bam was like, okay, Bam, you're doing great. Like his baby mama Nikki says, like, you know what, like let's give this a shot. We'll spend another day or two. You can spend another day or two with your son. And it's just like, yes, awesome. Bam's gonna be reunited with his son, and then for him to go and like leave the theater that night and like come like 4, 5, 6 in the morning, he's posting like hateful stuff about Knoxville and Tremaine. Like, it's like, really, dude? Like, you know what that means every time he's posting like resentful stuff about Knoxville and Tremaine. It's a terrible sign. He admitted that it was because he was drunk. And it's like, dude, come on, man. Like, I was just so bummed. I was equally disappointed as I was unsurprised, because that's the nature of the disease, but like I was just so struggling with that. And so I went and it also kind of felt like I bared some responsibility for his hateful post about Knoxville and Tremaine, because it was like it was sort of like that happened under my watch. Like, oh, you're gonna cart Bam around on tour, and like you're okay with this, and like, not that I care that much.
But you weren't even with them. He was in San Fran.
Yeah, I wasn't with. It was as soon as I wasn't with them that's what happened.
Yeah.
And so it was just bugging me, man. It was bugging me all day, and his hateful post had been up for 22 hours, and I was just like, it's just like. So I go and write this comment on there, like, it's saying like largely what I just said now. But and I wrote it, and I was like, dude, you're dying, bro. Like, you're dying, and it just sucks, because like I want to like save you, but I can't do that. Like, I can't make you want to get better. Like I can't do the work for you. And so I write this whole comment, and I just posted it, and then I showed it to Lux, and Lux says, that's not a public thing. You shouldn't. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I deleted it. That comment had been up for literally 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And the post that I commented on had been up for 22 hours. It wasn't like brand new in everybody's feed. Plus, it was on Bam's like secondary Instagram, the one that's actually him, which has a way smaller audience.
Not Captain Cream Stain?
Caption Cream Stain was the one that I posted on. 2 minutes, and I took it down. And then the next day, TMZ reaches out. Hey, is this real? Like,
dude, that thing went fucking viral.
And then it's on like, yeah, dude, page 6, TMZ, Yahoo News. Like, I really didn't care for that to be the case. It wasn't my goal to make all that happen.
Yeah, once the wheels are in motion, you're like, fuck it.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, it's how I feel. It's how I feel. And I didn't want this podcast to be about that. But there, like,
yeah, I was just curious about that.
Yeah, I wrote it down as something to talk about, and now,
have you talked to him?
I had some texts with them. I said, Bam, we've got those boards, and we could still sell a ton of them, but what I'd really like to do is open up a trust for your son and have money go into a trust, and that got no response. There's no response there. Of course, since then, the news was on TMZ that Nikki has filed for legal separation and spousal support. So I'm feeling kind of inclined to help everybody involved by moving forward with those boards. I think that it'll be good for his son. It'll be good for his baby mama. It'll be good for him. And I'm not in any rush to do it. but I think that that's something that we should probably go ahead and do.
Yeah.
All right.
It
now-
was nice having him on tour though when he was.
Dude, it was epic.
When he was good.
I loved it.
I remember we went to the Nike store and in Portland, and I was like, "Oh, dude, you ever like ride for Nike?" He's like, "Yeah, I was the first skateboarder to ever ride for Nike." I mean, just the stories that he had going through Portland was. I mean, he's. Dude, what a lot of people don't know about him is like, dude, he's a great fucking driver to like be in charge of the music. There's always good music going on. He's kind of like a teenager in effect, where he's like he's always trying to make jokes and do funny impressions. Like he's different than what I always thought he was.
He's playful.
He's playful.
He's playful, and dude, I love him, man. He's a brother, you know. And it's crazy how like that whole lawsuit situation with him suing Jackass and it really put a strain, you know, like his whole relationship to Jackass with the director Jeff Tremaine has a restraining order against him, so they cannot have contact like legally.
How long do restraining orders last for?
I have no
Forever?
idea. I have no idea, but from what I understand, it's still in place. And you just can't sue somebody and then turn around and be bros with them.
Yeah.
You know? But like I'm in this position where I'm
Saint Stephen.
Switzerland. You
Yeah,
know,
you're neutral.
like I'm the one guy who has been cool with Bam all along. You know, and even though I've never sugarcoated anything, you know, and whether I'm okay with Bam still kind of remains to be seen.
Yeah, you have a weird relationship with Bam where you can be harsh to him and he just listens to you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think that I do still, that we are still all good. It's
Anyway,
gnarly.
moving on. I just wanted to say some positive things about Bam because he really, he's fun and he's funny and he's great to hang around.
Plus, dude, that guy is still, you know, even having put on like a substantial amount of weight, like ripping on a skate. I thought like at this point, man, I think I can take him. I cannot outskate Bam.
Well, yeah, at Burnside, yeah. It's funny in that fight at Burnside. You saw the fight go
I was
down.
not there for that.
You weren't there for that.
I went to Burnside the next day.
Yeah. I don't even want to, because like it was just a trip that like the two guys got in an argument. One guy pulled out mace, and then they grabbed the mace from this guy and maced the guy who pulled it out's face.
They pepper sprayed him with his own pepper spray.
And I wanted to,
as they beat him up.
Yeah, well, and I was like, man, dude, like this would be great to have on film. And then you look around and nobody's filming. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be the fucking asshole to film. And then the cops came but anyway, it was just a good experience all around in the Pacific Northwest with Bam.
Right.
Bam, we miss you. Come back.
It was epic. It was epic. I love Bam. And
you got a video coming out.
Yeah, we're working on a video. Well, that got pretty heavy, which makes me extra grateful that this episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is a service which matches people up with professional, licensed therapists, and I think that's very important because speaking up about what's going on is the way to stay healthy. I do it. I feel good about it. And BetterHelp has matched up like 3 million people with professional therapists. Plus, they make it so easy. You don't have to go to some office in person. It can all happen online. You can do it by video chat. They've got just so many people that they can help, and by plugging in what it is you want to work on, you get matched up with somebody who's ideal for you. And it's already super affordable. But if you go to betterhelp.com/Stevo, that's better, HELP.com/Stevo, you get 10% off your first month. So you really can't go wrong. And again, you do better work when you're in better shape, mentally, spiritually, physically. BetterHelp is the ticket. So go to betterhelp.com/Stevo and figure out how much therapy can help you. Thank you, BetterHelp. Now, let's get back to it. The thing about Australia is that they're very, very touchy about letting criminals in, which is so ironic because the whole reason that they speak English here is because it was a penal colony. Like that's how Australia.
For England.
Yeah, England would send all of their gnarliest criminals. Like that was what a life sentence meant at some point in England, maybe in like the 1700s or something. Like if
A life sentence was just being banned from England, going to Australia.
a life sentence meant you got thrown on a ship and shipped off to Australia forever. That's what a life sentence was.
What is that?
I have no idea. That you?
Yeah.
Well, way to go, kook.
Okay, it was a nice opus. Carry on. So anyway, so
yeah, it's ironic that they started out as a bunch of criminals and they're really, really strict with their immigration, their customs, and it's an ordeal. I was like biting my nails about whether they were going to let me. I'm always biting my nails about whether I'm allowed into Australia, and our new regular third mic co-host, Vinny,
Skinny Vinny.
did not make the cut. Too much of a criminal.
Yeah.
What's his felony again? Like drug dealer, like
Moving weight.
hardcore, like heroin, like drug dealer.
Yeah. But, but like we wrote, there's maybe like 10 to 12 character reference letters.
Right. I mean, he's been sober for 5 years.
Sober for 5 years.
He's doesn't live in a porta potty anymore.
Yeah. And you got sweated, though, because they let you in the last time, and then the only charge that you had was trespassing for the SeaWorld stunt.
Right.
But it was a holdup. Like, it was touch and go. You didn't know till Monday that you were leaving on Thursday. You know, it's bizarre.
And like every time you apply for a visa, you're dealing with like a different individual, and it's up to like the customs officer that just gets the.
Yeah.
So like I was allowed in last time, but maybe I get a different customs person.
When you
this
landed,
time.
did you get a customs person, or did you guys go right
when
through?
I landed, I got ushered in. You go this way. And
Oh, really?
You go deal with the shakedown.
Did they talk to you?
And they're like, and I said, hey, you know, like, does it help that I've got my visa is granted? And I'm like holding up my thing, and they said, yeah, that gets you up to a good start.
Oh shit! What's the hardest country you've ever had to go into? Canada?
It would be Canada if I didn't have a Canadian passport.
You get sweated in England?
Well, I have an English passport too. England's pretty easy. Like I've never heard of people having a lot of trouble getting into England. But yeah, so we made it out here.
And we're a man short because of the strict policies.
The tour is a hit. And I want to make this podcast epic. And then, like we did with the last time, we had no guest. We gave away free stuff.
The fucking shoe. You still have the shoes, the black and yellows.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
the black and yellows.
you got to give them away on this one, because for what happened was nobody came and was creative to get a hold of me, and actually Steve filmed the green screen video.
This is what happened. Like you said, like somebody get a hold of me in a creative way, which turned out to be an epic fail. Like, because all that did was
Knoxville's texting us like, dude, did you know this guy?
We got everybody who is associated with us inundated with annoying messages from tons of people, because you were saying that you're going to give away this pair of special Nike Air Jordans, and that was just awful. So I said, what would I do to be creative to win this? And I thought, I could do like set up like a green screen and make it so like I climb out of the shoe, then become a giant and reach down and pick up the shoe and say, thanks, Scott Randolph. And I didn't even have the shoes. I just took a Google image of them and made that happen.
Yeah, you did a whole video. I mean, you spent a couple hours on this fucking video.
I got it. I used the first take. I did it it was actually pretty easy and quick.
All right, so you're in possession of them. What are you going to do with them now?
I won the shoes.
And they're leather.
Yeah, I don't want to wear leather shoes. So, if you want to get what do they call it again?
I think just the Nike
They're-
black and yellows.
Okay, Nike black and yellows. Yeah, I don't wear leather. So, if anybody wants these Nike Air Jordan black and yellows, do not reach out to anybody I know and annoy them with messages. But do something creative, tagging me. Like I always look at everything I'm tagged in on Instagram because at the end of every one of my shows, I invite the whole audience to pull out their cell phones and take a photo. And I say, if you guys want to post this photo now, I will like every single one of them I see. And I religiously do that every night after the shows. I call it doing my homework. I go through my feed of photos that I'm tagged in. Everything I'm tagged in, I look at it, and I like everything that people post from the show. So I see everything. Tag me in some creative way to win these shoes. And we're going to give away some other stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I thought that it was going to be more popular when I got my new car, and I was like, okay, I'm going to live in this. I'm going to live in my car for a week. And then I was like, well, that's kind of boring. How do I make it more exciting? And I decided to sleep overnight in my car while hanging over 100 feet in the air from a crane on the UFC headquarters property. I thought that would be like wildly popular, and it just didn't hit as a big thing. When we had like a haggard little welding team, like on the spot, like put together a thing, I was scared for my life.
Yeah, I don't even know why you did it.
Yeah, and it wasn't that big of a deal. I was like, I made it into an initiative to try to raise money for people who don't have a choice but to live in their car by, fundraising for Habitat for Humanity of Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. I took 1,000 prints of this epic photo of me standing on top of the roof of the car while hanging over 100 feet in the air, signed 1,000 prints, and I said, whatever, I'm going to, $25 for the autographed print, and 100% of the proceeds will go to Habitat for Humanity of Las Vegas. And we sold like half of them. Mm-hmm. Even that wasn't a big hit. Now, I promised that 100% of the proceeds for this signed print will go to charity. So that ship has sailed. Now, these photos are not allowed to generate any profit because of that promise I made. Mm-hmm. So we have only two choices: throw them away or give them away.
Let's give them away.
So we're going to give them away. If you want an autographed copy of a photo, I hand signed every one of them. I spent half my life signing stuff. And this hanging from the crane, standing on the car, it's going to be $0 from the moment, all you got to pay is for shipping. And it'll be like, if you're in the States, like $5 for shipping.
7 or 8.
7 or 8, all right.
Let's, and then we'll put that in the number one position on steveo.com, yeah?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I've got some other stuff I wanted to address, like my diet. God, dude, like, I'm kind of OCD with, like the people taking pictures at the end of the show. That's why normally I'll stand on top of a stool so that I know if I see any photos of me on stage where I'm not standing on a stool, then that meant that person was using their phone taking photos when they're not allowed to. I always have some kind of thing to and so now lately I've not been standing on the stool. I've just been taking off my shirt so that I know if I see photos of me on stage and I have my shirt on, that's not an approved photo. Like, I'm psycho like that. But the problem is when I take off my shirt, I'm straight fat these days. Like, it's not a pretty
Does it
sight.
bother you? Because you do it every show.
It bothers the hell out of me.
I wouldn't be fucking caught dead with my shirt off, dude. And, dude, I'm so embarrassed of how much weight I've gained. But, but you, dude, you don't like it, but you still have no problem taking your shirt off.
I mean, I have a big problem with it.
And
then when I go through the feed and I'm liking all the photos, I'm horrified. I'm more horrified than the last every
That's so
time.
funny. You're just looking at your stomach in every photo.
It's just terrible. So I'm back to this program of taking a photo of every single thing I eat and sending it to a mentor in the food program.
And what's
Because
the
I'm
diet consist of?
I just avoid flour and sugar. So no bread, no like anything with sugar. You can have sugar in it, obviously, but if sugar is like a main thing, if it's like considered a sweet.
Can you have sugar? No, just kidding.
But yeah, so and it's crazy. Like my yo-yo diet. Like I'll go. Like I'm gonna look great. Get ready. I'm gonna look great. So now, before our special surprise, how about that?
The Mod Sun?
The Mod Sun.
Do you think the podcast broke him up? He's like, oh, you had threesomes before us?
No.
Can you imagine?
I'm sure that wasn't it.
Yeah.
But dude, it was really weird, man.
What? I didn't even read the article. What did it say?
The article said that she was getting very comfortable with Tyga. That according to her, Avril Lavigne, her relationship with Mod Sun had been on and off for a number of months. And what else?
Comfortable with Tyga.
They swear up and down that there's nothing romantic there, but whatever. And in any case, I mean, dude, like the Mod Sun's rep came out and said, if anything, 3 days ago they were engaged and together, and if anything's changed since then, it's news to Mod Sun.
Wow.
And I love that guy, man. I enjoyed that guy.
Dude, I would hate to be a celebrity and then like all of a sudden like you're reading an article, you're like, geez, I guess my girlfriend broke up with me. You know what I mean? It's like you find out about shit on the news and how much of that is like actually real. I mean, have you ever read stuff about yourself that's not real?
Yeah.
Like
there was some like tabloid story a long time ago about how I got like spotted smoking pot with Brad Pitt. And I thought there's no truth to that whatsoever.
there's no photos or anything. It was just a
yeah. It was just like, and I was loving that one. Then there was another one way long ago that Lindsay Lohan asked me to lend money that Lindsay Lohan borrowed money from me and I lent it to her. There's no truth to that, but I kind of loved that one too.
Let me ask you something real quick on a side note. Do you let people borrow money from you, or do you like?
No.
You don't?
I mean, if somebody's gonna borrow money from you, you have to
Give it away.
just give it to them.
Yeah, because a buddy of mine borrowed money from me, and then a couple weeks ago, and then he hit me back. I was like, oh, he's gonna pay me back, and he asked me for like triple the amount more, and I was like, you just can't expect.
By definition, if someone's borrowing money from you, you can't give it to them without
expectations,
without expecting that you'll never get it back. And because that's the case, you should just give it to them.
Okay, cool.
All right, so now we're gonna introduce our new buddy Latham. All right, Latham. There he is, dude.
Let me give you mine. Make sure you talk close.
Yeah. Be careful, buddy.
Sweet. Is that all good?
Yeah, I think that's all good.
Yeah, sweet.
Okay, Latham is my new buddy who we met through what's called Steveo Raw. It's a special fan subscription page that I have for showing wildly explicit stuff. What it really has turned into is just more of an intimate community. How about the discussion forum now? Everybody,
Yeah, it's so good. It's like everyone can just post their own ideas and then you can see what people are thinking. And
yeah,
like
every member of my community can make their own posts.
some guy just put up doing like cartwheels off of a
Right.
van. And that was
Jeffrey.
cool. Like that was cool. Like
I mean, dude, that was super brutal. Imagine if you did that.
I wouldn't be out.
Yeah, can we talk about your story? Can we talk about why you're in a wheelchair?
So I was born with a brittle bone condition. It's called osteogenesis imperfecta. And there's 7 different types of osteogenesis imperfecta. When I was born, there was only 4, but now there's 7. So type 1 is sort of like your average Joe, just except a bit smaller, and they are a bit brittle, but they can walk and they lead mostly normal lives. They are just a little bit fragile. Then you have type 2s, which sadly they die at birth. They don't usually live, like, if they do make it out of birth, it's usually only a year. And then there's me. I'm the type 3, which sort of is like the most severe one that you can have that you live through. Right, so type 2 is the worst, but you don't live through that.
Yeah.
But type 3 is like, I'm the most fragile of all of the osteogenesis people. I've got like the stunted growth. I'm like really short.
So you break bones super easily.
Easy, dude. Like coughing, sneezing, like...
You were born with broken bones.
Yes, I was born with a broken collarbone and 2 broken legs.
And in your life, you're 23 years old. It's not even accurate to say how many bones you've broken because you've broken so many of them multiple times.
Yeah.
It's more accurate to say how many times you have broken bones.
It has to be in the hundreds. It has to be like...
Do you feel it when you break it?
Like, so here's the crazy thing, right? So I get like sensations, right? Like I can feel when my arm starts to go weak. And I'm like, okay, my arm's going to break in the next few days. And then I'll feel it just go bang. And then
Doing
it'll break.
nothing.
Doing nothing. I could just move my arm the wrong way and it was just...
Are
You ever broken your arm jacking off?
Actually, no. That's the one thing I've never broken my arm doing. I've broken my arm trying to open a bottle of Coke, but I've never broken it from jacking off, no.
Wow, that was a really slick way of saying, are you able to jack off?
You ever? Yeah.
No, dude, no fucking problems there.
Great. And you've got this wonderful smile. That
Thanks, man.
it's just so, like when you laugh and you smile. The first thing I noticed when we met on a Zoom call, like it's really special, man.
Thanks, dude.
And you being such a fan and paying such close attention to everything that I do, like, you know, I love that. I'm such an attention whore. It's epic. Okay, so you live in Rockhampton, Queensland,
Yes.
Australia, where we're doing the show tonight.
Yep.
And you've not seen the bucket list show.
No, never seen it. Heard a lot about it. Heard
Yeah.
many of the stunts that are on there, and I'm so excited to see it.
It's a great show. It's a really great show.
So excited.
So you're gonna see the show tonight. We're thrilled about that. We're gonna roll out the red carpet for you.
Sweet. Okay.
And
You gonna get a tattoo?
I'm gonna give you a tattoo today.
Oh, did I tell you? Shout out to Dean Rankin, by the way. He used to work on The Simpsons. He's actually the guy that drew it up for us. He used to work on The Simpsons,
Wow.
so that's really authentic, that tattoo.
Wow. Okay.
I don't
Good.
know if I told you that.
Now, like, I mean, it's clearly Simpsons-esque,
Yeah.
but I'm glad to know that. As with Simpsons characters, it's colored in yellow.
Yeah.
Like, do we want to really color it yellow? Probably, huh?
Well, yeah, because I would say it's mostly Simpsons-esque, so yeah, because I got the
Yeah.
4 fingers as well, so it'll be like,
Are you worried about breaking any bones getting a tattoo?
I've got one.
Dude, don't even fucking.
No, I've got one tattoo.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, why don't you do what
Okay,
you
so,
did?
so
You
with your
fucking-
arm, you tell us that you broke your arm
Yeah.
and you took off the cast yourself prematurely.
Yes.
And so the bread never fused, it's just floating.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. My bone is like still in 2 pieces. Like, should I do the thing?
Yes.
If you can do it without hurting yourself. Oh my God.
I can't even look. I'm not looking.
I mean,
Can I do the other one? Ready, dude? Watch
I
this.
feel like we should have had you sign some kind of a waiver. Oh, Jesus. Okay. All right. Please, no more.
Yeah. Is that why you got the tattoo there? Because it's already broken?
No, it just happened to be a convenient spot.
Yeah.
Really, like,
Where are you getting this tattoo?
I want to get it just like on my leg, really, because I wanted to choose like a spot that's easy for like Steve to have like a solid canvas. On my arm, it was really hard because my arm's like weirdly shaped, so I had to like keep grabbing the skin and like stretching it out. So there, to me,
You think there's a
Should be.
possibility that you could break your tib or fib tattooing?
look, don't worry, I'm not gonna sue.
No, I'm just curious on how fragile you are.
Oh, dude, like, I don't think it will. It just depends on how much pressure he puts on.
He's a heavy hander.
I don't know. Like I'm pretty terrified, but
Don't be terrified.
you talk me through it.
It'll be all right.
And it's a challenging tattoo. It's gonna take some time, but yeah, like for you, man, I'm stoked. I'm super stoked. Now, you were telling us that you've just recently learned that there is some way that you would be able to drive a car.
Yes. Well, a few years ago, I had an initial driving assessment test by an occupational therapist. They're like a specialist that will see if you can drive a car with the right modifications. And it turns out that I was able to drive. But back then, I wasn't really that keen on it. Like, really. I didn't have much independence. Like, I used to weigh a lot more than what I did now. Like, I've lost 15 kilos in the last probably like a year.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, like, I'll show you photos after this. Like, it was way different. And so I've gotten a lot of independence. And that's the one thing that I'm mainly striving for is independence. And so now, since I figured that out, that I can go for the driving, I can, sorry, I'm just like lost for words.
Oh, dude, it's all good, my man. How did you lose weight?
I don't even know, dude, to be honest. Like, I just started dropping weight. Like, I feel like my metabolism just was reversed. Like, when I was younger, it was really slow. And then as I've gotten older, it's just sped up.
Okay.
Because I don't eat anything different. The only thing I stopped doing was snacking at nighttime.
Well, there you go.
Like,
Yeah.
because I went to a dietitian and she was like, oh, the one thing that you can do is stop snacking at nighttime. I said, well, done. Like, I could do that easy.
Yeah, that's your answer.
That reminds me of the joke about the guy who he goes to the doctor, says, "Doctor, my penis has turned orange and I'm just freaking out." And the doctor says, "Oh, well, like, let's run some tests." And he runs the tests. He comes back and says, your tests are completely normal. I can't understand why your penis has turned orange. He says, what, maybe this is like work-related stress. What do you do for work? And he says, "Doctor, I don't even have a job. Like, I don't have any work-related stress. He says, "What do you do all day long?" He says, "Oh, I just sit around watching porno and eating Cheetos."
Yeah. That's your situation.
Pretty much, yeah. Like,
Yeah. You can't figure out how I lost weight. I just stopped binge eating in the middle of the night chocolate.
Well, yeah, that was pretty much it. Like, I just stopped eating, like, because I still eat crap. Like, I'm not exactly a healthy guy, but I just stopped eating after 8 o'clock at night. Like, once 8 o'clock hits, like, that's me done. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't eat anything at all. Even if I'm sitting there starving, I just don't eat anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're striving for more independence. You're now very interested in driving.
Yes.
And what kind of a car are you allowed to drive?
All right, so what I have been told from an occupational therapist is that because I do have limited mobility, like I can't get up and walk, I'm stuck to this chair. Like, to get around, I'm stuck in this chair. So I have to get a car that's big enough so that way my chair can drive into it and into the actual driver's seat and get locked in there. So I think she said it was a Sprinter van.
Okay.
It's called. I think they're sort of like, like the big vans you see around, like production vans sort of thing. Yeah.
It's kind of like the podcast van.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
But so that's what she said that I needed, and I've been looking around a little bit. It's actually really hard just to find, like, people to help me do this. Like, OTs are so scarce around Queensland. Like,
OT, occupational therapist?
Yeah, like, because the lady I spoke to was actually located in New South Wales, and I'm in Queensland, and so she could help me as much as she could, but she couldn't actually help me. Like, she couldn't come and give me the assessment, like, because I need another assessment now, because it was a few years ago when I had the first one. I couldn't exactly move much back then. Like, now I can get myself into my bed, out of my bed, like, I can move around all myself, like, change my own clothes, go to the toilet myself, pretty much, like, except for number twos, but, other than that, I can pretty much do everything myself, and I just want to make that my next goal, is getting that car to have that next little bit of independence.
So provided that you can purchase the vehicle, which sounds like it's a Sprinter van type thing.
Yep.
If you can purchase that and you own it, then the government
Yes.
will make the modifications for you.
Yes, the National Disability Insurance Scheme, such a mouthful, they will cover all of the modifications to the car that I need necessary.
Okay, which is great news.
And
But
that includes like hand controls, like they disable the pedals, they put everything at the hands. Like there's stuff like you can use your head to use the blinkers, like if you need to. Like she went into like all this detail with me. There's so much technology that you can use for electric
cool.
cars these days. It's just like
that's epic.
phenomenal.
And the problem is that the Sprinter van in Australian dollars is like a minimum of $70,000 to $80,000.
Yeah, like it's very, very costly. And I'm on the disability pension, which is like your guys' what would you
Social
guys call it?
Security?
Yeah, Social Security. It's like Centrelink is what we call it here. And yeah.
Yeah. So you've got a GoFundMe
Yes, I got
to help you.
To help me raise money for this car so that way hopefully I can, well, not hopefully, that way I can get the modifications and that way I can drive.
How do they get to the GoFundMe?
The GoFundMe's at my Instagram at just some guy in a chair.
Ah, man, how do I not already follow you on Instagram? Okay.
Just some guy in a chair. Just spelled
some
like
guy in a
that.
chair.
That's a great. That's a great handle.
Exactly. It's just some guy in a chair.
I love you, Latham. Okay, just some guy in a chair, and to make it even easier, in the description, the link for your GoFundMe is in the
there.
description.
Yeah, it's in the description of my profile.
You said that you've been able to raise a little bit of money so far.
Like a little bit, not like a lot by any means. Like just over $500.
Okay, just over $500. Okay.
Like that. Yeah, it's not a lot, but yeah, it's something. We're
Alright,
getting
well-
there slowly. We'll get there.
I would like to get there quickly, and I would like to make a donation myself. I'd like to get on that GoFundMe and really push it along.
Are you serious, man?
Yeah, for sure, man. Like I've got you, brother. I'm not gonna give you the whole 70 or 80,000, but I'll give you a good chunk of it,
Dude,
and I will beg the listeners of the Wild Ride podcast to join me in doing that.
I don't even know what that means, bro. Like,
All right.
that means so much, dude. Like, I'm trying not to cry right now. Like,
Don't try too hard.
probably pop something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't do that. Don't break
But no,
break
yeah,
anything.
like, dude, that means so much to me, man. Like, even just you having me on the podcast itself, just to tell my story is just a lot. Like, I can't even put it in words what it means to me, man. I'm gonna be forever grateful to you, bro. Like,
Well, dude, I mean, like, candidly, I've never heard of this condition where you break bones hundreds of times.
I've many times.
I've never heard of that. I think, as heartbreaking as it is, it's also like just fascinating. Like it's a fascinating story, and you're just a lovable dude.
Yeah.
And it's an honor to have you on the podcast.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. It's an honor and it's some bravery to get on here and speak up about it.
Yeah, because like there has been actually two other famous people with my condition. Their names were Sean Stevenson and Quentin Canahan, but they have both tragically passed away. I don't know, I don't know actual the life expectancy of my condition, but what I've learned so far, because I went to a convention when I was about 9, and I met no old people with my condition, like none. The oldest I met was like 38. And these other two guys, they died at like mid-40s, 40. Like, so to me, I really lived like half my life, dude. If that's like, because I didn't meet anyone over like 40 years old at that convention with my condition. So it's like, it says on the internet that my life expectancy is normal, but are they talking about type 1s? Like, they don't get into specifics. And so, another thing I really want to do in my lifetime is try and start some sort of research into my condition, because I feel like there's not enough. Like,
How rare is your condition?
I don't know the numbers to be exact, but I've only met outside of like conventions and stuff, I think one other person with my disability. My friend has met one other person as well, so 2 other people that live in this town.
What kind of conventions do you go to?
Cripple conventions.
But like, what do you mean, dude? What conventions?
Like,
what are they
I
called?
I don't know if convention's the right word, but I haven't been since I was a kid. But like, it just like they'd invite like all these like people with like disabilities and stuff. But it was mainly like osteogenesis, which is my disability, which is mainly like an OI convention is what they called it. And we all went into Sydney and we all like got in this big ass hall together and we all just started talking about what life was like. And I was really young, so I didn't really take all that much in, but I remember a good deal of it, like enough to know that.
How many people were in the group in the convention?
Oh, there was a fair few there, man. There was probably at least 100 or 2. Like probably everyone from Australia, like that had that condition, was probably there. Like there was a fair few people. I also went to a wheelchair camp.
Really?
Yeah, that was funny, man.
What's a wheelchair camp?
It's a camp for wheelchair people.
What do you guys do there all day?
Roll around. No, but like I don't know. It's like I've never been to a normal camp, so I couldn't really like distinguish it from a normal camp. But like we just did like activities and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Tried to bond and that. Like, but it was just a load of shit, man. Like,
Really? Any girls with your condition that are cute? That you keep in
hear me
touch
out,
with?
right? Like everyone with my condition kind of looks the same, so she looks like my sister. So no.
Really?
Well, not like my sister, but she would look like my sister if we were together.
Yeah. So no girlfriend.
Oh no.
No.
I'm a virgin, dude.
Are you?
Yeah, man. No
What if
shaming,
you-
no shaming, no shaming.
Oh,
Go
so-
fund me for getting them laid.
I mean, is it like, would it be rude to suggest that maybe we could like at least try to get Latham's wiener sucked?
Hey, like if you just want to go for that, man, go down that road. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. I
Imagine,
mean, I don't know.
imagine the title of the podcast: "Trying to Get Disabled Guy Laid."
I remember there was a show that I did many years ago called Dr. Steveo before I got sober.
I only caught a little bit of that, not much. It was like when I was a lot younger.
Yeah, and what it was I was de-wussifying America one wussy at a time, and like people would send in submissions that they needed help from Dr. Steveo with some situation, and one guy was like, Dr. Steveo, I've never kissed a girl, and like and I was like, dude, we're getting this guy's wiener sucked, and like we straight up did.
Fuck yeah,
And when
man.
the network found out that we actually videotaped a guy getting his wiener sucked, they were
Is
very upset with the situation. They buried the footage, and I was outraged. So I went on my MySpace at the time and announced to the world that I did in fact get a guy's wiener sucked and that I was getting no credit for it.
is prostitution legal in Australia?
I don't know about it legal, but it's definitely a thing.
No money exchanged hands. I just got this guy's wiener.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was. I don't think that counts as prostitution if the woman wasn't paid.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll work on that, and we can update the audience.
I mean, it'd be pretty rad.
Yeah.
It would.
I
be.
mean, you're dude, I love you so much. Hey, Jeremy, how long have we been going here? 51 minutes.
Cool. Do you have anything else on your?
Let me check my list. I'm not that mad at hotels anymore.
Yeah, I don't. Why were you mad at hotels to begin
It's
with?
just like I'm like very ritualistic, like maybe not OCD, but kind of. I just have this whole routine. Like it's an ordeal for me to move into a hotel room and then pack up and move out. But now what I've done is really pared down my overnight bag.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm set up on the bus. But I've got this little pared down overnight bag to just go for little jaunts to hotels, and the pared down version makes it less of an ordeal to get in and out of a hotel room.
Yeah, when I get into a hotel room, I just shower and go to bed. You like lay out things. You fucking do different Like you make it harder on yourself than it actually is, right?
Yeah, I make a lot of things harder than they actually are, Scott. That's just me. That's how I am.
Eating soup with a fork.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that said, I think we will head on over to the tattoo parlor to give you your dope ass Steve-O tattoo. We're gonna recreate your tattoo with me riding that board being towed by you.
Sweet, man. I'm keen for that.
And then that board is gonna be your board.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can ride it too?
No, I mean you do you do whatever you want with that board, and then yeah, and then I'm gonna get get on your GoFundMe. I'll throw 10,000
Thank you
Australia
so much,
dollars on you,
Thank you so much, Steve.
and hopefully we get you there, man.
I hope we can too, because like, honestly, like, when you asked me to be on your podcast, it's like, I just sort of thought, well, this is sort of like my chance to actually kind of try and make that happen. Like, that's why straight away when I asked you downstairs if we could do it, it was like, well, I'm never going to have this much of an outreach ever again. Like, ever. Like, this is the biggest thing I'm ever going to do right here. You know what I mean? Like, this is it. In
You
my
never
head,
know.
anyway. Like, this is it.
You never know, man. Someone might fall in love with you the way I have, and have more opportunities for you.
Yeah, but you're pretty fucking rad, dude.
Well, so are you, Latham. Just some guy in a chair.
All right, man. And
Everybody follow Latham. Just some guy in a chair.
I just want to say thank you to Steve again and everyone that's ever supported me. Like, everyone at my wrestling allegiance, Rockhampton, like all you guys.
You're a wrestler.
Oh, I'm a training to be a manager for wrestling. Like, you know, the guy that stands on the outside and, like, helps them? I'm training to be that guy. So,
Guy
yeah.
stands on the outside and helps them.
Like, you know, like Paul
Bearer
Bearer
and
to
the
Undertaker?
Undertaker.
Paul
He's not.
Heyman.
He doesn't really watch wrestling, but yeah, just the guy that's like his spokesperson, like on wrestling and fucking.
Okay.
Yeah, like, essentially, if someone that I, like, manage can't really talk, I will do all the talking for them. I will get them over with the crowd. You know what I mean?
All
Like,
right.
and so, yeah, I just want to take all the time to just say thank you to everyone there. Like, they've all been a massive help to me. Like, I was struggling a lot last year with, like, mental health and stuff. And once I joined up with wrestling, it was like, nearly all them problems just went away, man. Like,
Cool.
you know, it's so good there. And like Rob at Millieways Cafe Bar, he's our sponsor. He's been so helpful to me too.
Very cool.
Just have time to suss them out while you're here. They're so good. And yeah, like,
All
that's,
right.
that's it, man. Thank you very much for having me, Steve.
And everybody grab those $0.0
Yeah.
signed
Tesla.
prints.
Yeah, get them while they last.
Yeah. And whenever there's a no guest podcast, you know we're giving shit away.
Love it.
Yeah, dude. Thank you, everybody. Yeah. Man, how rad is Latham? And his tattoo came out killer. You can see it on steveoraw.com. Now, what else, dude? I've talked about the books, Conversations with God, a lot on this podcast, how they fundamentally changed my view of the universe and life, everything. And next week's episode is called Steve-O's Life Coach. My life coach being Neil Donald Walsh, the author of the Conversations with God book series. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And I have been kind of scared about the idea of putting out that episode because I wonder, like, Neil Donald, you know, like, do people... So I'm urging you guys, make sure that you tune in for the Steve-O's Life Coach episode next week. It's really, really special. And thank you for sticking around to the end. I love you guys. Yeah, dude. I'm going to sleep for the first time in like 2 fucking days.